One of the most important components in the GAF roof system is their ice and water shield. It's often the last line of defense to prevent your roof from leaking, and installing it to code and in all the prone areas is critical to ensure a long-lasting roof. So let's get started with our remodeling contractor, Andy Lindis, to learn where ice and water shield is applied on a roof. Wow, Andy, what a beautiful fall day. I just love the bright blue sky. The guys are hard at work. Looks like they're about halfway done with the tear-off on this re-roofing project.
Yeah, we're going to get to the dry-in process pretty shortly here, and hopefully by the end of the day, we got a brand new roof on.
Well, I'm really excited about today's show because we've done so many re-roofing shows, and we always talk about how important it is to have premium components. But if you have premium components, you have to have them installed correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to be happy with the end result. And that's what you wanted to cover today, is the professional installation of all these GAF products.
You know, we're in a storm year here in the Twin Cities, which has been interesting to say the least. So you get to see a lot of how other contractors do roofing, and you talk to other crews, and you come to find out that we are one of the only ones that do things a certain way, which is the way GAF has asked us to do them. Today at this job, we have a crew that's installing the woodland shingle for the first time. Anytime we do that, we get GAF to come out and go through a training day. Not only talk about all the underlayments and things that we do, but go through the proper pattern on the shingles and check these guys' work. This is one of the biggest reasons why we partner with GAF. The support we get from them to train our people on the proper way to do not only just the regular timberline shingles, but all of the designer shingles that they offer is very important.
And that, to me, speaks volumes to how conscientious Lindis Construction is as a contractor and an installer. But that provides ultimate peace of mind to the homeowner. And in this case, they're going to end up with a roofing product that they're never going to have to worry about.
Yeah, and we have two different crews that are going to be working here throughout the day, all of them learning the shingle. And what we do when we do these type of training days, we do this at friends and family's house. This house happens to be our sales manager, Rick's house. So he knows that we have new crews coming in. Guys are going to learn this particular shingle for the very first time. We're really excited about it because now we have an opportunity to get another crew up to where we need them to be.
So let's take it from a situation where the roof has been completely torn off and you're down to the decking. Take us through the professional installation process.
Once everything's all tore off and we make sure there's no rotten wood, we're going to start with the edge of the roof. And what I mean by that, we're going to install all of our ice and water shield along the eaves of the roof.
The eave being the lower edge. And what is the role of ice and water shield? This is it right here, right?
Yeah, any type of rain or water or ice that could potentially get underneath the shingles, this is going to be adhered to the actual roof deck. So any nails that go through, they're going to be self-adhered there. Basically makes it impossible for one of the spots of the roof that leaks more often than not, valleys, eaves, rakes, hips, where the roofing meets the sidewall. Those are all areas that could potentially leak, and that's where we're going to use our ice and water shield. As you can see here, it's pretty tacky now, but once the sun hits it and warms up, it'll be virtually impossible to remove it from the decking.
So in the case of a re-roofing project and there's existing ice and water shield, do you ever go over top of it?
Yeah, every time. Unless there's so many shingles that are stuck to that and you can't pull it up, then at that point, we'll be taking down that whole 4-foot wide path of decking to start over.
And so how much do you put on? I mean, in some roofs I see that there's just one row of this, and other ones I see 2 rows, and heck, on a low slope roof, sometimes I've seen them do the whole entire roof.
It all really depends on the type of overhang that you have. Now, on this particular roof, we're going to be able to get by with 2 rows. That's going to get us about 3 feet past the interior wall, which is what we want to get every single time. I had one last week. It was 5 rows of ice and water shield before I was 3 feet past the interior wall. They had a very large overhang, and it was a heated garage, so it was really important. Also, there was a sidewall area there, too, so one of those areas that you knew had a lot of potential to leak.
Well, that speaks volumes to me of a experienced professional contractor there. A lot of contractors I've seen come in, and regardless of what it is, oh, we'll put 1 row on. Sure, that's all we're going to put on.
One of the things that you're going to get from us is a scope of work. In that scope of work, it's going to spell out exactly where we're putting the ice and water shield, exactly what type of venting we're using, exactly where we're going to put new roof edge, the type of underlayment we're going to use, and how we're going to use it. So everything that we're going to do should be spelled out up front. If you're not talking to your roofer about this, if all you're talking about is the type of shingles that get put on, you're leaving yourself open to something bad happening.
Sure, so as a homeowner, again, that's a reason why you want to have good communication with your contractor. Make sure you're getting an exact estimate there that outlines every piece of material that's going to make up your new roof.
Yeah, the scope of work and talking to your contractor about all of the details like the vent stacks, the drip edge, ice and water, like you said, a lot of times getting reused. Valley tins even getting reused. A lot of this stuff is getting reused. If you don't have this spelled out, they're going to do the bare minimum. One of the things that you should know is the manufacturer specs on how this gets installed is usually stronger than any code has. So getting it done to code isn't good enough. You want it done to the manufacturer specifications. And if you don't know what those are, you need to ask.
Stay tuned. We'll continue with our roofing project next, here on today's Home Remodeler.